Hi there, it's Dr. Everybody, and today I'm going to talk to you about Project 5. The idea for this project actually came from a posting on Reddit, and the idea here is that you see something on the internet. Is it true? Well, what's one of the beauties of what you have now is you have the ability to check whether something that you might see, politically motivated in this case, is in fact based on real data. And so what we're going to do in this project is see if we can recreate this plot that showed up. And there's a pattern to this project that we'll be seeing in the next 4 or 5 projects, which is we'll have a file of data, we'll read that file in, we'll do something with it, and then we'll display some information. And we're, so we'll get this pattern, and I'll show you a little bit about how we will deal with this. In particular, what I'll do is I'll write one of the functions, and then sort of show you how I go about starting a project like this. So let's take a look. To begin with, what did this start with? And if we scroll down to the end, here is a plot or a bar graph that I saw online. How many female representatives in Congress this year? This showed up after the election in November. It shows first the number of Democrats who are male, the Democrats who are female, Republicans are male, the Republicans are female. Clearly this was something posted by somebody who leaned Democratic, because the last one was the dude's name Mike. And so, the point being made here is there are as many representatives named Mike in Congress as there are Republican females, or at least almost exactly the same. It's actually off by 1. So the question is the data accurate for this? And that's what we're going to do. And so we're going to start with a file of data. It looks like this. It's got the representative's name, whether they're Republican or Democrat, and whether they're male or female. And we're going to now take that and see if we can extract out each of these pieces of information, and then we're going to plot it. And as part of this, since we've been learning functions, we're going to have a file for opening a function, a file for getting the gender. Is this person a Mike? Get the party, and then we're going to output some results, and then finally we're going to plot it, and we actually will give you this function. And so the thing that you have to do is get the data to that right. The male Republicans, female Republicans, male Democrats, female Democrats, and dude's name Mike. And we will have a main function. Oops, I still have a typo in here. Got to fix that. And let's see how I might go about doing this. All right, so what I start with is we have this file called congress.txt, and how do we deal with the file? Well, if we open it, we can now iterate through it. I use the word line because we're iterating through it line by line, and I just print it. If these 3 lines work, then I know that I've got the file, it's got the right permissions, it's in the right directory, and all of that. And when I run it, we see, yep, there we go. We got all the information that was in that file. All right, so that's a good thing to start with. Now let's take a look at, all right, so this says that I'm supposed to have an open file function. So let's define a function. And that returns a file pointer. Now this is actually not the correct function because it doesn't have try except and all of that. All right, so now I've got an incomplete function in there, but it gives me something to start with. So I've written part of a function, and now let's test it. And it appears to work. I opened it, and I was able to print the information in there. Great, we're off to a start. Next function is called getGender. So let's take a look at how this might work. And so I've got to put a def in front of that. Now it's starting to look like a function, and it says in here that names are at most 30 characters, parties 9 characters. That's 39 characters. So if I pass it a line of data, the gender should be starting at the 39th character, going to the end, and I could strip out any other junk that's in there, like maybe carriage returns, and then return the gender. Now, what I have here is I was printing the line. Let's get the gender, call my function, and I'll pass it a line. Notice I don't have to have the same name here. I pass it with one name and it gets received with the other name, and that's fine. Now let's print the gender. And what we would hope to find is that when I print the line and I can visually see the gender, I will be printing the gender underneath that. So notice how I'm writing a function, I'm testing the function. Now if I have any problem, I only have a few lines of code to look at. So when I run that, now we see, for example, here at the end, here was the line that I printed, and underneath it was the correct male. And we go back here, here's a female, and there's a female. There's a notice that there's a blank line in there, and that's because my line has a carriage return at the end, and the print adds another extra carriage return on there. If I wanted to get rid of that, I can just change it from the default to that to the one where it doesn't add the extra carriage return on. Now it's a little easier to read my information, and it looks like it's coming out pretty well. So that's how you go about doing it. You write the function and test it. Now at some point I do need to put it into the format where I have a main program, and I just take this and now it says invalid syntax because I forgot my colon. All right, notice I didn't have to look very far. I just added that on there, and now I have a more something that's starting to look like the program that we need. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea, not only in terms of how to work on this project, but more importantly, how to develop this project. Use functions to your advantage. Write them one at a time and test them. If you write the whole program, your life is going to be a lot more miserable because you don't know where to start. If you were doing one function at a time, you get a function working, good, then you can move on to the next one, and then if problems surface, almost certainly they come out of the new code that you added. The other thing that I have here is there is error checking that's required in the open file. Well, I started out without that because I know I can type in congress.txt correctly. So I just assume everything is correct while I'm developing the code, and then once things are working, then I'll add in the error checking. Find that to be a lot easier. All right, good luck.